Hey, and the showcase winner is Emily. She launched her website with Brilliant Directories back in 2015. It's selectbraces.com.
Hi, Jason.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks. Thanks for selecting my site.
Yeah, we looked at a lot of sites. We thought you'd be a great candidate to kind of review in the webinar. It'd be really beneficial for not only for yourself but everyone who's attended today as well. Do you mind if we take a look at your website real quick?
Happy to.
Okay, great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this website, selectbraces.com. How long have you had this website online? What were your goals when you originally started? Where are you at now?
Well, I had the idea back in 2014, and I had a developer build the site, and it just wasn't getting any search traffic, and I really didn't have any background in software or digital marketing, and I was reaching out to people who had a similar target audience but who had a different product, and I was fortunate to get a call back from a CEO of a very large company, and he was very nice, and he said, I am calling you back to tell you that your website, and he said stinks, but the other word for that, and he said your URL structure is terrible, it's never going to rank in Google, and you need to find someone who can build a website that will provide the proper URL structure, or else your site is going nowhere and no one is going to want to partner with you. And I really appreciated him taking the time to tell me that. I had no idea what that even meant until he explained it to me, and then I went out searching for directory software, and I found your site, and it's been great. I started out with the classic site, and then shortly thereafter the Bootstrap site came out, and I switched over to that. And then I work with the association, the American Association of Orthodontists, to help them with their site that isn't that great. I'm currently trying to sell them a new site. And I added additional services that we sell. I didn't find that selling memberships on here was all that successful for orthodontists, even though it's low cost. So I found some other services that I could sell, and I use the site to generate leads for that, and I have a closed Facebook group that is called Orthodontist Reputation Partners, and I interact with orthodontists every day on Facebook.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's actually something.
And I'll tell you, one of the things I discovered today, sorry to interrupt, that was kind of exciting, and you give a lot of information about content, and I found that one of the blog articles on selectbraces.com is being featured as a rich snippet answer in Google search.
Fantastic. Which article is that, just out of curiosity?
It is if you just go to Google, it's how do I change my Facebook category, and if you just Google how do I change my Facebook category to orthodontist.
My Facebook category to orthodontist. I think I misspelled that. It's okay.
And there it is.
Oh, this is your select braces. Okay, great. So
yes.
Okay, so the site is getting lots of good energy and love from Google.
Yes.
And okay.
And that came as a result of your recommendation to write content, to answer questions, and to make step-by-step lists.
Fantastic. That's really great to hear. So Pat and I did a little assessment of your site, and so we had some questions about what your goals were. So some goals could be like you want more signups, you want more leads from consumers. In your case, your site is actually, and I did this on our when I had the interior designer website. You're not only a searchable website for consumers and families that want to find orthodontists, but you're actually doing B2B marketing where you're trying to sell the orthodontists reputation management, online advertising, building a website for them for their professional practice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So my question was, when Pat and I were kind of looking at the website, it's kind of catering to both audiences. and we thought that potentially they could be kind of separated a bit more. For example, in the main menu, it says pricing. Is that pricing to join the site as an orthodontist, or is that pricing menu for how much procedures cost for kids and families? So we thought that you have really good content, but just the navigation and the flow could be updated a bit better to kind of so people know exactly who the website is for and where they should go if they're a consumer or if they're a professional.
Thank you for that. I actually, I watch pretty closely the analytics on the site, and I get a lot of hits to that pricing page. And I've just recently been giving some thought to the fact that people are probably thinking that's how much do braces cost, for example. So we're working on some articles for that. But I think that's an excellent point. And I also just, I don't know why it took me so long, but realized that the blog articles and the member articles are different. So I'm in the process of separating out, because I would post in the blog by admin blog administrator articles that were both relevant for orthodontic marketing and to consumers. And so now, even if I've written an article, I'm just posting them on my husband's profile if they're directed toward consumers, if that makes sense.
Yep, that's another thing we saw. The blog was catering to like root canals for children and then how to market your orthodontist practice. It was kind of mixing the B2B and the B2C content, but it sounds like you've got that under control yourself. Separating them would be good. Working on it.
Yes, and I figured out, I thought I was trying to think how to do that. Then I realized that it's already built in. I just hadn't realized the distinction.
Okay. So is part of your funnel, because your end goal sounds like is to sell the orthodontist on other services. Is that correct? Not sell them, but offer them services that could help their business.
Yes.
Okay. And then what's the top funnel? Is it them signing up as a free member? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
And as the site is ranking higher, when people Google themselves, they're finding their unclaimed listing on select braces. And so I think that's one of the main ways that because we're adding content and climbing in the rankings, and it's really common for business owners, particularly in medicine and dentistry, to Google themselves to find out how they're doing in search. So that's, I think, the main way, and I think that's the main thrust that we're having right now, is to add content to help drive our site up in search. And if you search orthodontist reviews near me, today we're #1 in Yahoo organic and #1 in Bing organic.
Amazing. And that's really good. That's really great to hear. Do you think the orthodontists are more inclined to sign up when they see the site is geared towards like families and consumers that might need their services? So they see that the site is kind of marketing to the consumer, and then the professional says, "Hey, this, I'm probably going to, benefit from joining this network."
That's from the orthodontist I talked to, yes, because their main complaint with the association, that is about $2,000 per year per orthodontist to join, is it never shows up in search. And so the fact that they can Google their name and find it in the first 1 to 3 pages on Google, they see value in that, and they know that their potential patients are going to find them there.
Okay. Pat and I had some recommendations on kind of some things you could do on your homepage. Not removing anything, but kind of just reorganizing a few things. And so would it also help if your site was generating leads that you could then send to the orthodontist office and they could,
Yes, and I get some leads in there. I had before I had you install the honeypot upgrade a couple weeks ago, I had been getting so much spam that I didn't want, so I've been manually matching the leads. So it would be good. I also think that something that would be great is I have certain profiles that have over 100 visits per year. So they're getting, more than 10 a month. And so if there would be a way to be able to have kind of a way to pull that information from the dashboard so that I could target those people also to upgrade from the free, just to say that if your listing is more robust, then you might get even more traffic or something like that.
Okay. So I think what we can do now, and this is really good information. It's important that we all heard that information because she has a certain business model that she's trying to operate here, which is eventually providing the orthodontist with ancillary services beyond their membership and their listing on her site. Do you mind if we kind of start reorganizing things like the main menu and just a few things on the homepage?
I would love that. Thank you.
Okay. So Pat, we were talking about the main menu, and there's a lot of things like free trial, pricing, about, payment calculator. So this payment calculator is for the consumers, right?
It is, and it's sort of under development, so it doesn't look very good, but it works. But there's some more touches that one of the developers in the marketplace is working on.
Okay.
But it is a consumer page.
Okay, and then I noticed also the Scan My Practice is the same thing as Free Practice Scan here. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, could
Yes.
we remove the Scan My Practice from here?
Sure.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Okay. So what we're going to do is and probably the people who are watching this, they can kind of see that it's just a little confusing where a professional would click and where a consumer would click. So let's edit the main menu. And I'm going to remove Scan My Practice. And also these ones that are linking out, you can have them open in a new tab. So I noticed,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I noticed some of the links in the main menu are taking people to other websites besides your own. I'm going to add back the home link.
Okay.
It's more of a comfort thing for people. And rather than ask an orthodontist, could that be like matching, like a matching service or something like that, like free orthodontist finder, something like that, and basically.
I would. I was thinking because a lot of when I do searches on Google, it'll say related searches at the bottom of the page, and it's all kinds of questions that people have about braces and Invisalign. And so I wanted to have it as not a matching
Okay,
page as a if that makes sense.
yeah, it does.
So that one wouldn't be ideal. But I do think that adding what you're saying is add or create a page from a contact form that would be something that would say orthodontic matching, free orthodontic matching service or something like that.
Exactly. We'll come back to that. Can I also remove the pricing from here because it's also here in the top, so it's a little redundant. I just want to get rid of some of the redundancies here.
Okay.
And it'll.
And Emily, while he does that, do you mind if I install something on my end that would allow you to see all the page views in the dashboard so you can target those orthodontists as well, just like you were asking?
That would be great. Thank you.
All right, great.
So what is this free trial exactly that you have here?
It's a free trial to orthodontists to try the reputation management software.
Okay, so this is again what some of the
non-consumer. It's for the orthodontist.
Okay, so this is then you have it here, reputation management. So you have two links for the reputation management, and then
we could move that free trial under resources for orthodontists.
Okay. We'll call it this reputation management free trial. Is that
okay?
So it's clear what the.
Sure.
I thought it was a free trial for membership on your site.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna, because it's in a drop down, I'll just keep them next to each other, and I would recommend for you to.
Oh, that's a good idea.
To kind of maybe get rid of one, and maybe when you talk about the reputation management here, and then link to the free trial. So right when they learn about reputation management, you could say, why don't you try a free trial now that you've sold them on a magical page that tells them why it's important, and so on. So that way you don't need two reputation managements. But for now, I'll just keep it there. and let's save
Okay,
the
thank you.
changes. And let's go to the About page. Okay, now the
And I
menu.
wanted to say on about this page that I commented in Facebook that I was having trouble wrapping the text, and I noticed someone from the system went in there and fixed that for me. So whoever did that, I wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, I got that for you. I did that one for you. So asking Ortho resources for them. So payment calculator, and then About. So as a consumer, I still need to get. I'm coming to this website. I want to find orthodontists, right? So
Right.
I would have here a link to the directory, and let me do a couple things. I would link to your general search results page, or what you could do is link to. I think we have like a locations page that just goes by state, which would be nice for orthodontists. No, it doesn't look like you have that.
I think I changed that to state directory. It's in the footer if you want to go down there. It's browse by browse orthodontist by location.
Okay. Right. So you could do like orthodontist by locate, find, orthodontist
Oh, okay.
in the menu here.
Okay.
And
Okay, that's a great idea.
we can link to this page, or we can link to the search results. But as long as it's going somewhere where somebody can start conducting a search for orthodontists.
Okay, and one of the ways, just for anyone listening, that I decided how to change that to state directory is when I search for keywords that I'm trying to rank for, sites like Health Grades come up and Yelp, and so I kind of look at what they have. And so one of the things that Health Grades, which is a huge for medical, had was state directory of orthodontists or state directory of physicians. So that's why I changed that.
Gotcha. So just for the main menu, because just more for the user experience, a little less for SEO, we'll just keep it as orthodontist directory.
Okay.
And what you can do, you can add a meta title here. So what did you say? State ortho
directory.
state
State directory of orthodontists.
So this will help a little bit with the SEO, and I'll show you what this does. State directory. So let's save the changes here. And what I would also do, Emily, is I would move your About up here to the Contact Us and Login, because it's not a main navigation. It's something that should be in the footer or in what we call the mini nav up here.
Okay.
And I would just say, About, Contact Us, Login. That's usually where people would look for those types of things. So let me remove the About from here. And let's edit your mini nav. And we'll add a new link for About. And we'll put that just before the Contact Us. And let's see what this looks like.
Oh, that looks great.
So now also before, I don't know if this page, you had, some of them were single line and double line. So, the system will do its best to make the text look good, but at some point, you got to put the right amount of characters for it to work well. Now I can do another trick that I like to do here, just to add a little color to the main menu, and then we'll move on from the main menu. You can do this. You can edit like a special link that you want to highlight, and if you do like BTN success, and also make it bold here, there'll be a replay here, guys. So if you don't know what I'm doing, don't worry about it. Let's see if that color works well. We can try a few different colors. So it makes one of the links orange.
Oh, nice.
So it just brings a little bit more attention to what is most important. It could be that you want to send them to the page where they, where it generates a lead for you. But in your case, you're using Ask an Orthodontist. So, and then resources for orthodontists. This kind of makes sense here now. If I was a consumer, I would know that this is not for me. And then the payment calculator, that I know that that's for a consumer as well.
And with that being said, Jason, I would probably make the payment calculator go before resources for orthodontists, so that everything for the consumer-driven content is together. And now the resources for orthodontists really make sense at the end of that main menu, and the consumers are not going to get confused, and they're very unlikely to even check what's available there.
Right. Oh, thank you. That makes perfect sense.
Perfect. So we can go more into like, not showcasing membership levels and just having orthodontists request to be added to the site. But just because we're talking about just navigation flow for now, I think we can go to the next step, and it's a big one if you want to do it. It would be to replace this location field with the get matched lead form on the homepage. Let me show you what that would
I
look like.
okay.
So we can choose the right verbiage. It doesn't have to be get instant quotes from professionals. It says like, get matched with up to 3 orthodontists in your area. Something a little
Oh,
not quote
yeah.
related, but we'll match you with up to 5 or up to 3 orthodontists in your local area. And then it would be the lead form. And if orthodontists came to your site, they would definitely know that your site is driving leads, and they would probably be more inclined to want to join your network.
Okay.
And also, I would recommend not covering the smiles of the family
Okay.
here. What you might want to do just to start is switch this to. Let me show you real quick. Let's do something real quick on your homepage. The background image is a really sticking point for a lot of people. I'm going to do this to a vertical view, and then I'm going to invert the image actually. So the family's
Oh,
on the right side, and then the people read left to right generally, so it might look a little better. So let me copy this image here. So I'm just going to flip the image. Generally, you want to find an image where you're not covering anyone's faces. If you look at this family, for example,
mm-hmm.
that's the ideal goal. A little bit of covering is okay. So let me just resave this now. And we can just save it as a high, because that's plenty. I'm just gonna, I'll even do well, it's in the CSS, so it doesn't matter actually. You can optimize images by file name, but because this is a background image, it won't matter. Okay, let's refresh this for now. Let's see how we're probably covering their faces. That's okay. And let's upload a new image. This is gonna take a second. And then another thing we were gonna talk about, Pat, you wanted to add some links over here as well, correct? I think Pat's.
That's correct. It's particularly in a mobile device. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
I can hear you.
All right, all right. So yeah, this particular area is really, really good real estate, and you definitely want to take advantage of it. They should be taking the public to places you'd like them to go. There's a design setting that makes it easy to add a button, a call to action that's clickable. And you're really missing out by not taking advantage of that. And when you're on a mobile phone and you look at the hero divider, those 3 icons are the first thing you see after the hero image and the main call to actions. So you really want the user of your site to be able to click a button and go to where you want them to go to. So by adding buttons, you're probably getting a lot more traffic in those sections. And that's what Jason's doing right here.
So I'll give you an example. I'll do one of the buttons right now. And then I'll add the other 2, but they need to make sense. We need to actually send people. So instead of schedule with confidence, we'll figure out what it is in a second. But if I refresh the page here.
Yeah, I would have the one on the left be for searching orthodontists, and then I would have the one on the right being about reviews, rather than search orthodontics and reading reviews in the same one.
I'm thinking this might be a customized widget. Let's see the show widgets real quick. These images are loading, so let's upload that background image. Okay. And where's that image right here? So I'm going to save this. Oh, it was because I was saving over that. Okay, let me do this. Okay. So let's just give this a second to save. And let me make sure this isn't a customized widget. It doesn't need to be.
Oh, that looks really good.
I just disabled it just
Okay.
now.
Perfect. Yeah, that one doesn't need to be. So now there's an orange button here. It says Browse Directory. Then we can have another one here and another one here. I like Browse. And then I like the Get Match service, or Get Matched with Orthodontist. And then the other one is where do you think another one would be good to go to?
Reviews would be a good one. It seems like she's really pushing reviews, so maybe take them to /reviews.
Let's see. Oh yeah. So you have a page like this. You could add a sidebar here so people can actually continue searching, and you can change the title here to say orthodontist, top rated orthodontists, top rated and reviewed orthodontists. So you can make this page a little more SEO friendly.
Okay.
So
thank you.
So let's say read reviews, and then I'm gonna say read reviews to find trusted orthodontists, and then you could put a keyword here. You could do orthodontist reviews, so you're getting a good keyword in there, and then you could do / reviews. And what should the last one be? Search orthodontist, read reviews. I mean, I like free matching service. Can we at least put it here? Free matching service.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Allow our team to connect you with top orthodontists. And do you have the Get Matched page? Okay, so you have this page. I'm going to just link it here for now. It's the lead form. You can come here and spruce this up a bit more yourself. It seems like you're really good at making landing pages, so I feel confident. And then, so we could say orthodontist referrals. Is that how you spell referrals? 2 R's? Referrals.
2 R's.
Okay. So let's save the changes. Let's go back to the home page. And we were talking about we'll keep this is search. Can we this is your main title. Your new smile starts here. So that's what's ranking in Google as your quote unquote H1 heading.
Okay.
Can we put the word orthodontist in here?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to switch that to find the best orthodontist near me, and take that out of the search little box, and you could put your new smile starts here down there.
We could do easily find trusted orthodontist in your, we'll put the word local in there. And then what we'll do is, I'm gonna change this in a second. Find trusted, there we go. And we're gonna make the font size just a little bigger. Let's see how this, I'll just do in your area since it's spilling over there. And we'll do font size, let's see how much we could push this. Okay, we'll do font size 64, and we'll use this text. Find trusted orthodontists in your area. Now you at least have the word orthodontist and area, so Google kind of knows it's a local search site.
Trying to figure out how to do that, so great.
Great change.
Okay, your new smile starts here. That's great for a slogan, but Google's not going to read much into that if you're trying to do SEO.
Right.
So let me update that, and also the column width is what I was changing. So you saw the text went all the way to the right, and then I made it kind of in one area. That's the column width here, and then the subheading is find the best orthodontist near me. What I like to do is maybe say like free service or something. You don't have to, but sometimes you might want to put that it's a free service to search for orthodontists. So let's save the changes there. And then I think, again, you could find maybe a better picture where the kid's face isn't covered. Let me fix the See, this is 12. It should be 9. I guess I didn't change it properly. And I think you'll be good to go. Yep, that's 9 columns. Let's see if that one is a customized widget. Yep, this one, I'm just going to disable this here. It doesn't need to be customized. Okay, that'll be fixed in just a moment. Let's just compare like from what we had here. So we saw like their smiles were being covered. You know, this is good for a slogan, but it was just a little, it wasn't going to help you with the search engine optimization. There was no call to action links here. And if we refresh this now, I think I need to refresh the cache. The menu's a little better. We're going to get this text out of their faces. Now you have buttons here related to the calls to action.
That's great.
Okay, so now the text is out of
Very
her mouth. And then we had just a couple more suggestions for your homepage. And then we'll switch to Pat regarding the profile stats. As you scroll down the homepage, we thought the videos were a little off-putting. You're like looking directly into somebody's mouth. It would be a great place for those consumer-friendly articles that you were talking about.
Okay.
So I know that you have it right here for blog. You might want to have a link here when you have your consumer-friendly articles area. You could say like dental tips and then link it to the area for the tips.
Okay.
But it might be nicer to have, you know, people smiling together and not looking into somebody's mouth for the featured videos. So what we wanted to do was move the featured orthodontists up. Get rid of the videos and put the articles with sidebar on the homepage. Can I make those changes to show you what it is?
Sure.
Okay, great. So this is really simple. So for those of you who don't kind of know how Brilliant Directories works, on the homepage you can actually choose your different section orders. So what we have is the hero divider. Those are the 3 things that we just did. I'm going to show recent blog articles with sidebar. And I'm going to show featured members first. Were those recent members or featured members that you were using?
Featured.
Okay, and then after that, we're going to do blog articles with sidebar, and then.
Sorry, just not to interrupt, but the blog articles are the orthodontist articles, and the member articles are the consumer-facing articles.
Do you have member articles right now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do that. It's perfect, and let's just change some of the featured members. Top orthodontist, that's fine. Check out the latest. So we could say
orthodontist, yeah, tips,
dental
like you
tips from orthodontists.
Perfect.
Okay, let's save those changes. And let's refresh the page. Okay, so what I like is you come to your home page. It's a clear main menu. It can be even better. You're seeing smiley faces that aren't covered with text and forms. If you didn't find what you're looking for, you have 3 calls to action that not only gives people an idea of what they can do, but also directs them on where to click to start doing those things. Then what I like is there's smiley faces as the next thing. That's good for the consumers and for the orthodontists that want to be featured on your site. If we scroll down, dental tips from orthodontists. Let me turn on the sidebar for this. So I'll just do the post search. I'll do the member search results sidebar.
Okay.
That way there'll be a search module there where people can search by zip code or whatever as well. Also a great place for banners and other things that you want to direct people to. So if we scroll down here, perfect. So now you have a sidebar here. And I'll add one more article just so it fits the length of the sidebar. So we'll do 5 articles.
Okay.
Now your homepage has
If I
smiley.
have 5.
If you have 5, that's okay. Well, you know what? There's just 3 here, so that's fine.
Okay, I'll add some more tonight.
So the difference now is you have better cues on where people should go and the purpose of your site. You have smiley faces. You have high quality images. These articles should have like super high quality, positive energy images that just make you feel really good, energy when you look at them. And having high quality images on your website just make the brand look more credible in general. And if you scroll down, you still have your calls to action. Are you an orthodontist? And then you have your footer. So I feel better about your homepage here.
I do as well. Thank you.
Compared to what it was, a lot easier navigation. And this is a tip for everyone: simplify your navigation. I know on our demo site that there's tons of links up here for events, coupons, etc., etc. Try to narrow it down to 4 or 5 links on your website. It's less work for you, and it'll provide a better experience for your visitors and your potential members.
That's great advice. Thank you.
Pat, you want me to pass it over to you? Do you have the profile thing ready?
Sure, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. So I know that was a mouthful for everyone, but I hope everyone kind of, it's more of a psychology on how you approach setting up your site. It could be as difficult or as simple as you need it to be. I think we covered some good things. My final notes for you, Emily, would be try to figure out a way to get more people to submit leads. I would request like this free matching service. I would put that in your main menu in some way. And I would also maybe update the design of this page. The form is fine, but the elements around it can obviously be updated a bit to maybe have a maybe have a smiley dentist with his arms crossed or her arms crossed, looking at the person like, hey, fill out this form and you're going to get connected with orthodontists.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Emily, thank you for being the very first person to be the Showcase My Website winner. I'm going to give you a round of applause.
Yes. Hooray.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate each weekly or bi-weekly webinar that you have, and I just really appreciate you selecting my site.
Our pleasure. That was a lot of fun.
That's exactly what I hope it would be, and I'm looking forward to the next site already.